How to customize the layout of a widget. First, log into your account at Content.ad. Then go to the Widgets tab. You could click Settings on an existing widget and alter it. In this case, I'm going to make a brand new one. I am going to call this Customized. Below article. Okay, the thumbnail and text links in the clean style responsive is our most popular layout. But many people want to make it a different configuration. You have choices here that you want a 3x3 or a 4x3 or 4x2. What if you wanted it to be a 1x5 instead at desktop, or a 5-column, 2-row, or even not a 3x3 but a 3x4? So what you're going to do is you're going to pick the option that is closest to what you want. So in this case, I'm going to say that I want it to be 3 columns, 4 rows. So I'm going to pick a 3x3. I'm going to pick the amount of columns that I want. So I want it to be 3x4 at desktop and tablet, and I want it to be 1 column at mobile. So I'm going to go down here and I'm going to save this. Now I'm going to go back to this widget and I'm going to click on Settings. Now I'm going to go over to the Custom tab. And this is already a 3x3. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy the CSS from the template, and it's the responsive clean. And this copies the CSS into this window. Now I can alter the widget. I've already got the 3x3, the layout, all these things that are standard, the CSS. And all I'm going to do, because the number of columns is not changing, I'm going to change this from 9 links to 12 links. So now it's going to be 3 columns, 4 rows. And I also want them to be all 100% sponsored content, so I'm going to change that to 12 as well, and I'm going to save. So this will be a 3x4. Now, let's say I want to change it to a different amount of columns. Let's say I don't want 2, 3, or 4 columns, but I want 1 column. I'm going to make this widget a 1 column, 6 row widget. So I'm going to pick the amount of columns that's closest to it. I'm going to pick a 2x4, and I'm going to save it. Then I'm going to go to the Custom tab. And you see here there's no CSS. If you just leave it like this, you will have no styling at all, and that's very bad. So you definitely want to copy the CSS from the template. And there it is. Now I need to change the width of the column. So I'm going to scroll down here to where it says at media min width 600 pixels. So this is on a device where the minimum width is 600 pixels, the device itself. So it's a tablet or a desktop. And here it's saying that the container is going to be a width right here. Since I want this to only be 1 column, I'm going to choose 100%. So I'm going to change that to 100%. Then this next thing says that there's a right margin after each ad. And I want to not have that margin on my rightmost column. In this case, if there's only 1 column, so every 1 column, I'm going to skip that margin. So I'm going to change that to 1. This will change it to 1 column. Now the other thing I wanted to do is change the number of links. In this case, the way I have it right now, it would be 1 column, 8 links. But I said that I wanted it to be 1 column, 6 rows. So I need to change these to 6. And save, and now I have my 1 column, 6 rows. If you wanted to change it to something other than 1 column, you have 2, 3, and 4 available as standard. This is how to do 1. If you want 5 or more, you're making the images smaller, so take that into consideration. That can sometimes have an adverse effect on conversion. But if you wanted to do it, what you need to do is come down here and look at the here we go, the minimum width 600, and instead of being 100% here, let's say you wanted it to be 5 columns. So you want each image and its margin to take up 20%. The margin is 1%, Therefore, you want your unit to take up 19% if you want 5 of them. And then, of course, change the number of absolute rows. And then save and just go check it out and make sure it looks good. Thank you.